Hello! Welcome to Todd Plays Video Games. Today I'm going to show you all one of my favorite games. It's called Farming Simulator. This is version 19. I started playing with Farming Simulator 15 and then there was 17 and now we're on 19. It's a game that I've played a ton of. I love it. It's beautiful. It's relaxing. It's the most relaxing game ever. And it's a game that I don't talk about very much because nobody I know plays it. And it's hard to explain to people why I like a farming simulator game. I don't know. A lot of my friends like games like Overwatch and stuff, and I like Overwatch too, for sure. I play Overwatch. I just unlocked the new Mercy skin. But I have spent hundreds of hours in games like Farming Simulator, and people who only play games like Overwatch don't understand why. But maybe by me showing you guys, you'll understand what I enjoy about it. So this is my farm. I've recently added the cow patty. This is a farm I've played for a long time, a save file I've played for a long time. Haven't made a ton of progress. Maybe I'm not very good at it, but that's okay. I like it anyway. I am playing on the Ravenport map, which comes with number 19, Farming Simulator 19. It's one of the two built-in maps. There's a ton of great custom maps too you can download. This is one of my two combines, combine harvesters. When I first started playing, I didn't even know what a combine was. This is my other one. I call it Big Red. I don't know. But a combine harvester is the machine that you use to harvest crops. And so to give you guys an idea what the game is all about, I'm going to go harvest a crop today. And that's really the main fundamental thing you do in this game. There's lots of other things you can do besides just harvesting crops. But, growing crops, harvesting them, selling them to make money, to go buy bigger machines that let you harvest or plant more crops and harvest more crops and make more money to buy bigger machines. That's kind of the loop. You can have cows. I have my cows over there. You can cut down trees and sell lumber for money. You can grow a whole bunch of different kinds of crops, some of which take different types of machines. There's a bunch of little varieties, but the main game is all about planting, caring for, and then harvesting crops. So that's the main thing. It would be like if I said the main part of Zelda is fighting monsters and solving puzzles. Like, there's lots more to it than that, but most of the time you're fighting monsters or you're solving puzzles. This is the field I'm going to harvest today. It is oat. It is an oat field. I grew oats in this field because I want to get horses one day and they eat oats. And so I'm actually not planning on selling this crop. I'm going to feed it to my horses that I don't have yet. What I'm getting ready. So that is the plan. All right. So basically, we're gonna hit V to lower the combine. We're gonna hit B to turn it on. And now we're just going to drive forward, and it is going to start harvesting my oats. This is a game that I love to play in third-person view because it's fun to watch the machines do their things, but at the same time, it's easier to see where you're going in first-person mode. Okay, so I'm going to turn off, I'm going to turn off the harvester now that I'm at the end of the field. We're going to turn it around, and now especially because of the cliff at the end here, one thing I like to do is spin it around. Sometimes third-person view is easier to see because you can see all around you and behind you and everything. But I find it easiest to line up. Okay, and let's turn everything on again. I find it easiest to line up with the crop that I'm harvesting in first-person mode. I also like first-person mode because it's more realistic. Obviously, this is, if you were a real farmer driving a real machine, this is what you would see. You don't see this in real life, unless maybe you had a drone following behind you with its camera pumped into your, or piped into your, cockpit, which actually seemed like that might be kind of a cool idea, but I don't know. I don't think anybody does that. And we missed this bit going downhill because of because the hill just picks up the cutty part at the beginning, at the front of the machine. Cutty bit is, of course, a technical term. That's what professional farmers call the thing on the front there. The twirly cutty bit is what you call that. All right, and let's grab this. And then we'll go around again. I usually don't... I just like to do the edges, especially on this particular field, because the hill makes it weird. It's kind of weird either way. Like you saw when I went off the edge the first time to turn around, I fell off the cliff, and it's a little hard to get back up sometimes because of the sharp drop-off. But on the other hand, going down, I didn't get everything either. So it's really, I'm not sure what the best way to do it is. This is how I like to do it. I missed this little bit here. There is a feature to hire a worker, which basically puts it on autopilot. So I'm going to hire a worker, press H to hire a worker, and now I can get out, and there's a little person in there, and it's going to go on its own. Okay, going to grab my little tractor here. We are going to take we're going to let that harvester unload some of its grain while the worker is driving it, so it doesn't slow down at all. So we're going to come over here. We're going to back up and attach this trailer to my tractor. Now, one of the things they added in version 19 is John Deere. They've never had official John Deere equipment in the game until number 19 came out. Version 19 came out. There were mods you could get to add John Deere in unofficially in previous versions. But one of my favorite parts about 19 is that John Deere is officially in the game now. And that's fantastic because I have relatives who are farmers. I'm just a city guy, but I have family who are farmers, and they all tell me that John Deere is the way to go. Like they make a big deal out of it. Among the farming community, it must be kind of like how in the PC world, in the computer world, you have people who are all about Windows or all about Mac or Linux or whatever. The same kind of thing. Okay, so I'm driving the tractor, and if I maneuver very carefully, I can go alongside the combine here that has the computer in it, and it can unload directly into my little trailer here, even as it's moving. And a great thing about doing it that way is that they don't ever have to stop. You know, they can just keep on harvesting the field all day long. And I can run around here and pick up the stuff they're dropping off. And then I can come over here, and I could just take it someplace to sell it. But I can also take it over here and unload it into the silo. And then I can store it and do something with it later. Maybe go sell it, or in this case, probably give it to my horses. And once I get horses, that's kind of what I'm saving it for. Like, one thing I need to do, the cows make a mess of their feeding area, and when that gets really messy, it actually, I'm going to attach this tool to the front of my tractor. When it gets messy, it actually lowers their productivity. So we need to come by and clean it up. Now, it's not very dirty right now. You can see there's just two little pieces of dirt there. I'm just kind of doing this to show you how it works. But I'm going to use the little, I don't know what you call it. Bucket, I guess. There we go. So I've picked up the two little pieces of dirt. And yeah, it wasn't really enough to be necessary, but this is just I'm just demonstrating. Okay, so back up, spin it around, and we're gonna just put the food back in their food bin, and now they're good. So we're gonna connect this seed planter machine, and we're gonna get that going behind the harvester, getting the crop or getting the field ready for the next whatever crop. Let's see, what should I plant this time? You know, okay, so this time I'm gonna plant wheat in this field, and that's because wheat, mostly just because I kind of like doing different things and like getting some variety, but also because wheat you can harvest in a way where it drops straw, and straw is also something I need. I'm going to hire a worker and there we go. She is going to start planting wheat, and I can harvest wheat in a way that it generates straw, and my cows and my future horses. I think the horses would need straw. I know the cows do. So either way, I can grow something, and I'll sell the wheat for money, and I can use the straw for my animals, and any that's left over I can sell as well. Alright, so that field is being harvested, and it's being planted at the same time. Seems terribly convenient. While that's all going on, why don't I go bring something to the shop? Not the shop, but why don't I sell something to show you guys that, because that's one of the most fun things about the game is getting to drive around the map and getting to explore that way. Okay, we're going to sell some milk. And so we're going to back this up here. We're going to attach the milk container. And I'm going to bring up in the upper left here right now, you can see the list of all the buttons. Okay, R to start filling. Yes, milk please. I'm going to wait till it's filled up with milk. Milk from my cows. When I first started playing the game, I had to have that screen with all the buttons on all the time. The game is actually kind of tricky, kind of difficult to learn how to play. I've had to Google a lot of things too. Whenever I buy a new piece of machinery or something, I have to figure out, how do I use this thing? And that screen, whoa. Okay, that screen with what all the buttons do is really useful. But it's also kind of ugly, so once I've started memorizing what all the buttons are, I play with it off most of the time, unless I can't remember what button to push. But yeah, the game actually had a really steep learning curve. And there's still a lot of things I don't know how to do. Like potatoes. You have to buy special equipment to plant and harvest potatoes. And you have to get a special machine to cut the tops off the potatoes before you can harvest them or something. And it's just... it sounds like fun, and it's something I'll do one of these days. I will buy the machines and figure out how to do it, but it's a little intimidating. And so right now I'm just kind of sticking to stuff I know how to do. I love the views. There's my farm. Oh, the harvester is done. Let's see. Can I see the planter from up here? I don't actually see them. Oh, there it is. It's just really small. I'm really far away. But there's the... yeah, the harvester finished. And then the helper that's putting in the seed that's planting the next crop is going along behind still. Anyway. There are paved roads in this game. I'm just taking a shortcut. I love where my farm is on this map. Here, let me bring up the map for you. This is the map of the Ravenport area. And this is my farm down here. I own all of these fields. Field number 26 is the one we were just working on with the oats. And I'm taking these little dirt roads through the mountains to get up here to the paved roads. We're going to go up to the ranch to sell the milk. And you can see that the map itself is huge. And some of the fields, look at 8. 8 is gigantic compared to 26. 8 is huge. So those giant fields like 8 is what you need to buy the really giant equipment, or else it would just literally take hours with the machines I own right now. So I could totally buy field 8 if I save up enough money. But like I say, I wouldn't want to until I've also saved up enough money to buy much larger equipment to handle a field of that size. For now, I just use, like I'm using that, like Big Red is the smallest harvester in the game. You know, I'm really basic, I'm using all the smallest equipment for the most part. The John Deere tractors are actually kind of expensive. I saved up and spent a lot of money to get them. There are cheaper, smaller tractors in the game, but I was like, my family loves John Deere so much, now that they're in the game, I'm gonna be a John Deere guy. There are John Deere combines too, but I couldn't afford them. I had to get, yeah, I think the yellow one is a New Holland. I think that's the company that makes it, and I don't know who makes Big Red, but they were the cheapest combines in the game. I was like, well, I'll save up for the John Deere combines later when I can afford them. But yeah, so here we are driving along a paved road. They do exist. There's even a city. There's a downtown area, kind of, and a big port area, which is where the name Ravenport, the name of the map, comes from. The port area is actually really cool, and that's where you go to, or the city area is where you go to buy your new machines. That's where the store is that you buy new equipment from. All right, let's sell our milk and see what our money situation is like. The money's coming in. There's no animation for the milk. If you do grain, you can see the grain falling out of your trailer, but the milk doesn't do that. $18,726 for selling the milk. That's actually really good. Usually I only get about $15,000 for a full tank of milk. The price is probably up. They have, close it. They have this screen over here where they show all the different products in the games and all the different places you can sell them and what the prices are. And if you're a really good player, a really smart player, you wait for the price, because the prices change all the time. And you wait for milk to reach a really high point, and then you go sell it at the right time at the right place to maximize your profits. And I kind of do that. I don't get real serious about it, but usually I will wait. I will look at the map or look at that chart and see who's paying the highest amount for whatever I'm going to sell, and then I go there. This time I just kind of went to the ranch because I knew it was close by and it was a good way to show, just to demonstrate. Okay, now the one problem with the workers is they don't know how to problem solve. So my seed planter is stuck because this combine harvester is in the way, because the helper who was driving the harvester didn't park it. They just left it here in the middle of the field. So I'm going to get in here and we're going to drive it away. Alright. So that about wraps it up. This is not my field. I just wanted to go to a giant field. I don't own this one. I just want to go to a giant field to get a nice picture to end the recording on by this kind of ugly looking but still kind of cool building. Anyway, that about wraps it up. I mean, there's tons more to the game, but that's the basics. You probably get the idea. Anyway, I love Farming Simulator. And maybe after watching this video you'll say, that looks neat. Maybe I'll give that a try. And I think you should, because it's pretty cool. Thank you and good night.